Hi, welcome to What's the Tea with Tracey. Today we're going to be making mixed souvlaki with homemade naan bread. Now it's really easy to do, I thought it'd be something that you could do on a Saturday night, make your own naan bread and then make a souvlaki. So what you need is you need some lettuce, a couple of tomatoes, a red onion. I find red onion is better in a souvlaki because it's got a sweeter thing. And for the naan bread, we have got self-rising flour and egg and yeast and oil. And the meat that we'll be using, I'll just show you what it is for the souvlaki. And also, you will be using a dip zucchini to put on it, so you don't have to make your own. But you get these from Coles and they're really handy and they're really nice. They're actually lamb strips. And they've got the souvlaki stuff on it. If Carolyn wants to come over, you can have a look at it. They're very thinly sliced, and they only take 5 minutes, not even that, to fry up in the frying pan. I'm going to be mixed today, and I also had the chicken ones as well. So you can just either use chicken or lamb or both. So we're using both today because Bernadette doesn't like lamb and the other girls like lamb, so I thought we'd do a mixed souvlaki. So before we get onto our naan bread, I'm just going to prepare our other ingredients that are going to go on the naan bread, on the souvlaki. You can do this before you do your naan bread. The naan bread takes about an hour to rise. You just mix it up and put it in an oven that's being preheated to 100 degrees and just turn it off. And because the bread has to be somewhere warm to rise. Some people, you might have a window where it's nice and warm, the sun coming through, and it takes about an hour to rise. And it's really easy to use. Okay, before we do that, I'm going to cut up our stuff and then just put it in the fridge so it's ready for you to use. These are, on souvlaki, you can have tomato. So you just slice your tomato like that. So you can build your own souvlaki. Some people don't like tomato, some people do. I don't like tomato on my souvlaki. What about you, Carolyn? Do you like tomato?
I don't eat fresh tomato. I'm allergic to it.
No, I don't like it, but other people do. It's really weird. I like tomato on toasted sandwiches, but not in the souvlakis. So and then chuck the rest away, and then just put them in a bowl like that. So you're creating like a little smorgasbord sort of thing. So you just grab your lettuce like this and just slice it up and just put it in like thinly sliced things like this. So if you prepare this before you make the naan bread, just put it in the fridge. When you're ready to construct your souvlaki, you'll have everything ready. And just chuck that in like that, and that will be ready to go into the fridge. So that's your lettuce and tomatoes prepared, and I will put those in the fridge. Now we're going to cut up our red onion, and I'm going to put in my special glasses that Carolyn bought me, my Dane Edna onion glasses, so I don't cry. Hello everybody. So we're going to chop up our red onion. As I said, red onion's better to use because it's a lot sweeter. Does that look nice?
Beautiful.
Is this something I should wear all the time?
Maybe we could take a poll on Facebook.
Yes. Should I wear my onion glasses all the time? All right, so we're going to slice up our red onion. And I'm not going to run it underneath the butter because I don't need to, because I have my onion glasses on. So I'll just take off the thing like this. And some people might like onion on souvlaki, some people don't. I do, but I don't like the tomato. So simply slice it like this. And these work a treat. Okay, so that's all ready. All right, so you're all prepared, all your ingredients to put in the fridge when you are going to do a little smorgasbord to construct your souvlaki. And now we're going to get on to the homemade naan bread, which is really easy. So it is 2 teaspoons of yeast. Yeah, I said it. Tablespoon of a teaspoon. Where is it? 1 teaspoon. So this is what yeast looks like if Carolyn wants to come over. So we do 2 like that. It looks like little grains.
That's dried yeast.
That's dried yeast, yes. There we go. just enough. See how they sort of, yeah, that's what dried yeast looks like. And to that, we put 1 teaspoon of sugar. Now, Carolyn told me a good tip that I didn't know. What kills yeast?
If the water's too hot.
Water's too hot?
Or if salt can stop it growing as well.
Okay, so we put 1 teaspoon of sugar and half a cup of warm water. Okay, so half a cup of warm water. From your tap, once we put the water in, Carolyn wants to come over. You just leave it, see how it's reacting, and you wait 5 minutes or until it gets really bubbly. So we might come back and have a look at that. Okay, so our yeast has risen now, so Carolyn wants to come over, not risen, but has reacted to the sugar and the water. See how it's bubbly? That's what it looks like. So we're adding our other ingredients now. So it's 3 tablespoons of olive oil. One, 2, 3. And it's a 1/4 cup of Greek yogurt. Okay. Crack the egg. 2 cups of self-raising flour. And then we mix it till it's smooth. You might, if you need, you can add a little bit more flour if you find it's like not at dough consistency. 2, and we'll mix it up. So Carolyn wants to come over here to see what it looks like as I'm mixing it up. Make sure the egg is breaking through. I don't think I need to add any more flour. 2 cups seems to be fine. See how it's in the consistency? Okay. Just get all your stuff there. Like this. And we knead it once it's out. And sprinkle your board. Then we put, and get your hands done, and then we put it back into the bowl once we have done that. So we'll just get it out of our bowl, like this, and we just knead it. Carolyn wants to come over so you can see the consistency of the dough. Looks like the scone mixture I made ages ago, just like that. Like that in a ball. And then we put it back into our bowl. It says a grease bowl, so what I might do is I might just get my bowl and use my spray oil lightly. Give it a spray.
You need to coat the whole bowl.
Oh, thanks, good tip.
Because the dough will rise up and you don't want it to stick.
Yeah, so we've coated that. Now we'll come back in an hour and this should be double the size. As I said, put it in a warm place, cover it up with a tea towel. I have turned my oven on. I've turned my oven on and I preheated it to 100 and then turned it off just before I made the dough, and I'm going to put it inside the oven with my tea towel, and when I come back in 1 hour's time it should double the size. Or as I said, you could put it on a windowsill if there's sun coming through and it's a warm spot. But yeast needs, well, the dough needs to be in a warm spot so it rises, doesn't it, Carolyn? Otherwise, it doesn't rise. It has to be in a warm spot. It can't be in a cool one. Okay, so we've taken our naan bread out of the oven. So this is what it looks like. See how it's doubled the size there? So we're going to put it on our board and cut it into pieces and roll it out and then cook it. So we'll just do that. Put our bread on the board. Oh, it feels amazing. It feels nice and soft and light. So now we've done that, I'm going to cut it in, roll it into like a sausage and cut it into 5 pieces because there's 5 of us today. 1, 2, 3, 5. So I'll put the others to the side while I roll it out. Okay, so we'll get that and we're going to get our rolling pin and we're going to roll it out. A bit of a mess here. And we're going to, I've already sprayed my pan with the oil and then we're just going to roll it out and put it in there. So we'll just roll it out like this. Carolyn wants to come over and have a look. Like the size of a pancake. Not too big, because you don't want it to, so like that. What do you think, Carolyn? That's about the size of it. Right, we'll heat our pan up and then chuck it in. Okay, so we put it in the pan. I've just oiled the pan. We wait for it to bubble and then we turn it over. And then we'll put it on the tray and keep them in the oven warm. Just wait for it to bubble. If you want to check, you don't want to burn it, you just want to maybe check the bottom doesn't go too. See how it's bubbling, Carolyn? If you want to come over and see how it's bubbling there, just like that. Can you see that?
It's a bit hard to tell. Yeah,
it is a bit hard to tell, isn't it? So we just turn it over and this is what it looks like. Up a little bit. And I think that is cooked. You know, by moving it around, you can hear it's cooked. We'll just turn the pan off, and then what we'll do is we'll do it for the rest. So this is our naan bread. This is what it looks like. We've cooked that. I'm going to put that in the oven while we do our souvlaki chicken and lamb. A little bit of oil in the pan, just a little smidgen, and then we'll put our chicken in. We'll cook the chicken first, and then we'll put the beef on.
Lamb.
Lamb on. Thanks, Carol. As you will do. Okay. Oh, it smells amazing. So we'll just cut this. It's very, they make these things very tight. Just open up our packet like that and chuck it in like this. Sizzle, sizzle, sizzle. We just move it around the pan like that. Carolyn wants to come and have a look at our chicken. Move it around the pan. So this is all from Coles, and this is already prepared for you. So you just open up the packet and put it in. Now, if you need a little bit of more oil, if you find that it's sort of catching a little bit, just pour a tiny little bit in your pan. Like a smidgen like that. It needs a couple of minutes. Takes about 5 minutes. Just move it around your pan so it doesn't stick. Just flip it over like that. Okay, that's about ready. Ready now? We're going to put that in our bowl. Double flip. Let's do a little stir fry. You can do this on the barbecue at home, like if you want. You don't have to much use this as souvlaki, you can use it for other stuff as well. Okay, so we'll turn the pan off, because we're going to open our other thing, and we're going to put this in the oven with our bread to keep warm while we cook the lamb. Don't worry about cleaning your pan, you don't need to, it's not a big deal. I put a little bit of more oil in there just before I add the lamb. oven and keep it warm while I do the other one. A bit of more oil in the pan and we'll open up. Okay, Carol wants to come over, show you what it looks like. And this is the lamb. Just pull it apart. As it cooks, it separates. We might take a little bit of a break and come back and see what the lamb looks like once it's cooked. Okay, so we've been cooking this for about 5 minutes now, so it's ready to come out of our pan. Carolyn wants to come over and show you what it looks like. So we can start to construct our souvlaki with our homemade naan bread. Okay, so we'll get the rest of the ingredients out. So we've got our lamb. We're going to do a souvlaki for Carol, so she wants the works. We'll get your naan bread, we'll put that on here. And get some souvlaki. Brush your, like this, Carolyn. And then we'll probably, okay, and then we'll put on some onion. And a tomato, that. Then we'll get some chicken out. Put some chicken there. Some lamb out. Oops. Put lamb there. Okay. Some lettuce. And then we are going to roll it up like that. And that's our souvlaki. And that's what's for tea with Tracey.